Planning a trip when you're over 60 can be one of the most exciting things in life, but it's also a time when many travel risks get overlooked. Today, we're talking about 11 travel dangers seniors over 60 always regret ignoring. These dangers can affect your health, safety, and peace of mind. And the last thing you want is to come home with regrets. From overlooked medication management to the little things that can go wrong in foreign places, there are hidden risks that are easy to miss, but hard to ignore once they happen. Let's make sure you're aware of them, so you don't regret them later. Let's dive in. One travel danger many seniors overlook is the importance of proper travel insurance. It might seem like an unnecessary expense, but not having it can lead to serious problems. Regular health insurance often doesn't cover emergencies that happen while you're abroad, like needing medical treatment or evacuations. Take the story of Mary, a 72-year-old who traveled to Europe last year. She felt great when she left, but on day 3 of her trip, she twisted her ankle badly while sightseeing. When she went to the hospital, she found out that her regular health insurance wouldn't cover the treatment overseas. The medical bills started piling up, and because she didn't have the right travel insurance, she ended up paying out of pocket for her care and return flight. Make sure your travel insurance covers things like pre-existing conditions or specific activities you plan to do, like hiking or sightseeing. Don't settle for the cheapest option. It may seem like an unnecessary cost, but it could save you from a lot of stress and financial strain if something goes wrong. Another danger many seniors face while traveling is managing their medications. When you're on the go, it's easy to forget how important it is to keep your medications on track, especially in unfamiliar time zones or climates. John, 75, was excited for his trip to the mountains. He had several medications to manage, but he didn't think much about how the altitude would affect his blood pressure meds. Midway through the trip, he felt dizzy and weak, not realizing that the thinner air was intensifying his medication's effects. If you take multiple medications, make sure you plan ahead. Talk to your doctor before the trip to understand how your meds may react in different environments. And always carry a list of your medications and their dosages, preferably translated into the local language, in case you need help. Dehydration and heat exhaustion are dangers that many seniors overlook when traveling, especially in warmer climates. You might not feel thirsty, but your body is still at risk of drying out, which can lead to serious health issues. Take Linda, a 71-year-old woman who traveled to a tropical destination. She was having a wonderful time exploring the local sites, but she didn't drink enough water. After a day of walking around in the hot sun, Linda started feeling lightheaded and nauseous. Her exhaustion and dehydration made it difficult for her to focus, and she ended up tripping on uneven pavement. Even mild dehydration can lead to dizziness or fatigue, and it can increase your risk of falls. To avoid this, make it a habit to drink water throughout the day, especially if you're in a hot climate. Consider packing electrolyte replenishing drinks, too, to help your body stay balanced. And wear lightweight clothing to avoid overheating. Many seniors don't realize how easily they can pick up infections while traveling, especially in places with different hygiene standards. From tropical diseases to simple colds, you're at a higher risk if you're not cautious. Take Robert, for example. He visited Southeast Asia last year and didn't think much about the possibility of picking up an infection. He didn't get the required vaccinations before the trip and ended up contracting a mild form of dengue fever after being bitten by a mosquito. The illness made him feel weak for days, and he had to cut his trip short. Before you travel, make sure you get any necessary vaccinations and talk to your doctor about additional precautions. And don't forget to carry disinfectant wipes for when you're using public transportation or staying in hotels. It's the little things that can help you avoid getting sick. One travel danger that's often ignored is the importance of proper footwear. Seniors may pack shoes that are stylish or lightweight, but aren't supportive enough for long days of walking or uneven terrain. Take Marie, a 73-year-old who traveled to a historic city known for its cobblestone streets. She wore sandals for comfort, but after just a few hours of walking, her feet began to ache. By the end of the day, she had blisters and her knees were sore. The next day, she struggled to keep up with the tour group and had to sit out on some of the activities. Don't let this happen to you. Invest in well-fitting, supportive shoes that are appropriate for the kind of activities you'll be doing. Make sure they provide good arch support and cushioning to prevent joint strain and blisters. Another common danger is pushing yourself too hard in new environments. When you're in an exciting, unfamiliar place, it's easy to get carried away and do more than your body can handle. Take George, 74, who planned a hiking trip to the mountains. He was in great shape, but he didn't take into account how different the altitude would be for him. After hiking for a few hours, he began to feel short of breath and dizzy. He had to turn back, and it took him a full day to recover. Remember, it's important to pace yourself. Don't push beyond your limits, especially in a new environment. If you're traveling to a high-altitude location, take time to acclimatize and plan for plenty of rest breaks. Opt for more relaxed activities if you're feeling unsure. Many seniors underestimate how challenging it can be to navigate healthcare systems abroad, especially in an emergency. Not all countries have the same standards of care, and language barriers can make things even more difficult. Consider Susan, 78, who is visiting a popular destination in Europe. She slipped while sightseeing and broke her arm. When she went to the local hospital, she quickly realized that the language barrier was a major issue. The doctors couldn't explain her treatment options clearly, and her insurance didn't cover some of the expenses. Before you go, research the healthcare system in your destination. Know where the nearest hospitals are and if they accept your insurance. It's also a good idea to have a list of emergency contacts, including the embassy, in case you need help. Traveling abroad opens up the risk of encountering scams, which can be particularly targeted at seniors. Scammers often take advantage of those who may not be familiar with local customs or have language barriers. Common scams include overpriced taxi rides, fake tourist packages, and currency exchange tricks. In some places, pickpockets specifically target tourists in crowded areas, using distractions to steal wallets or bags. To protect yourself, always be cautious when approached by strangers offering unsolicited services. Use reputable transportation options like hotel taxis or ride-sharing apps, and avoid exchanging large amounts of money at street kiosks. Stay alert and keep your valuables secure. Jet lag is more than just a minor inconvenience. It can seriously affect your health and safety. Seniors often underestimate how crucial it is to adjust to new time zones before travel, and this can lead to a range of issues like weakened immune function and slower reflexes. An uncommon risk is the impact of poor sleep on your body's ability to fight off infections. Sleep disruptions can leave you feeling groggy and unwell, making it harder to enjoy your trip or respond quickly in an emergency. To avoid this, try adjusting your sleep schedule a few days before departure. Stay hydrated during your flight and avoid caffeine or alcohol, which can disrupt your sleep further. Your body will thank you for it. Identity theft is a real concern, especially when traveling. Many seniors overlook the risks of using unsecured Wi-Fi networks or carrying unnecessary documents, making them vulnerable to fraud or theft. An uncommon risk is unknowingly accessing sensitive accounts while connected to public Wi-Fi networks. Hackers can intercept your information and steal your identity. To protect yourself, use a VPN whenever you're online and avoid public Wi-Fi for activities like banking or shopping. Keep essential documents, like your passport and credit cards, in a secure, hidden place, and only carry what you absolutely need. One of the worst things that can happen while traveling is losing your essential belongings, especially your passport or credit cards. Seniors may not always plan for this, and it can ruin an entire trip. An uncommon risk is missing out on important activities or flight connections because you've misplaced critical documents, leaving you stranded and stressed. To avoid this, make copies of important documents before you leave and store them in a separate, secure location. If your passport or credit card gets lost, having a backup plan can save you from a major headache. Traveling after 60 is a wonderful experience, but as we've discussed, there are plenty of dangers that can lead to long-term regret if you're not careful. Small oversights, like not securing proper insurance, failing to manage your medications, or not preparing for cultural differences, can have big consequences. So take these precautions seriously. Plan ahead and make the necessary adjustments to ensure a safer and more enjoyable trip. We'd love to hear from you. Have you faced any travel dangers? How did you overcome them? Share your experiences in the comments below and help others stay safe on their travels.